Well, give me a positive. No, actually, no. Go on, Mubsy. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. I'm in that much of a bad mood. I literally was losing the plot right now. But try and make me feel better, Mubsy.
You know what? I would say the weather's nice, but it's shit. Even that. But you know what? I don't know. Positives. Weirdly enough, when we were 2-0 down and we were down to 10 men, we had to play better football without Bruno, surprisingly. But other than that, we were rubbish. Awful performance. That was not a red card, but either way, we were shit. Normally, you could win a game with 10 men, but we can't win with 11, so how are we going to win today with 10 men? Awful. This is unforgivable. Losing to Liverpool is bad, but losing to Spurs is unforgivable.
No, I think the only thing I can take from it is that Timo Werner didn't score against us, mate. That would have been the icing on the cake.
He could have 20 shots today and he still wouldn't have scored. How many one-on-ones did he miss? Terrible.
But in terms of from the get-go, Van der Ven parting of the Red Sea, wasn't it, buddy? He just walks through United's whole team and then lays it off to an unmarked player 2 minutes in. Where's the concentration?
Do you know what's funny? That goal was pretty much the carbon copy of the goal against 20. It's like they've watched it and seen that we're susceptible to like a player just driving down the wing because we've got everyone moves across. Dallow's out of position, fullbacks are in the midfield, and it just bombs straight through everyone. Don't know where Dallow was at the back post because he's left his man. His man's just tapped the ball in. It's too easy. Terrible.
The worrying thing is so many bad players, Mubs there. There's so many players that are underperforming at the same time. It's not like you got one or two, like Bruno and Dallow had a bad game. Like everyone, mate, apart from maybe Mazraoui, I would say, clinging on a bit, Garnacho a bit of effort. But how can a whole team just disappear? Is that down to management and organisation? Is it just no belief?
I think it's over for the manager now. I think it's been 3 years and we've seen the worst football. And you know what? Tottenham are not even amazing themselves. They've not been doing well. They lost in the North London derby. And they come here and treat this like a playground. It's not good enough, man. Like, what are we going to do? Like, I think this is time up for Ten Hag. And I was not a Ten Hag outer because I know that there's other problems in this club. But we fixed half of the problems now. We got in the players. We sold players. I mean, it's still rubbish. And there's no style of play. We need someone now. We need to change.
Is that it, Landon? Like, he's got no injuries. Everyone's available. That's supposedly our best team. And it's probably one of our worst performances, even with 11 men.
He's got no more excuses, has he? He's got no more excuses. He's in back with the money. He had his midfielder that he wanted. He had his full-back that he wanted. He had his centre-half that he wanted. He got his goalkeeper that he wanted. And he had his striker that he wanted. And then everyone else. I can't... What I don't understand is football is a simple game. So... It can happen when people play bad. It's like a disease. You can see it when one person does a bad pass, it goes through the other player. Then the whole team are doing bad passes. But there's got to be a formation you can fall back on. There's got to be a system where you can get yourself in and you can get a foothold of the game by just being solid, by being in shape. But we're doing bad passes. We're all over the place, and our shape's terrible. We're static in every department. There's no movement, and then what happens is because we're static, someone tries to force the ball gets intercepted, and then we're on the back foot, and we're out of shape. That's exactly what happens in every game. Honestly, it's not hard. You can see if you're under pressure, just drop someone back in. Tell your fullbacks not to bomb on. You're at the touchline. You're next to Mazraoui. Just tell him sit for a bit. It's not hard. It's like. It's no coaching. You have to coach players through the game. That's the whole point of a manager. You don't just sit there and watch the game play out and think, oh, it's too late now, we're getting beat. No, you carry on coaching throughout the game. Terrible.
Leadership, I think is the word there, mate. Leadership. Well, Mubsy said that Ten Hag is done. Just quickly yours.
Yeah, he is done. I'm never a manager out because they'll sack themselves at the end of the day. The performances will make a manager lose their job, and unfortunately, he's lost his job. I can't see how he turns this around. Porto next. Away? Not... well... Yeah.
I know the words you were thinking of, and you did well not to say it. Mubsy, who, if Ten Hag goes, what do we do? What's the manager? Who is the man? Do we take our time? Is there an interim again? I mean, how many times are we going to go down this road?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another interim because I don't know who else we're going to get. Definitely not Southgate because... You know what? He did all right for England because no other people would have done a job like that for England either. but he's not a United-style manager. And the problem is, we're going to need another manager, because I feel like we need a proper manager, because if we don't get a proper manager, we'll be saying the same thing again in 2 years' time. I'm sick of doing that. I'm sick of seeing that so many times. I want a manager that helps us win things.
The boys are not happy. Let us know if you agree with Landon and Mubsy in the chat below. Get your comments in, everybody. If Ten Hag does go, who is the right man? Is there anyone to come in, or do you give him more time? Let us know.